When Salesforce.com got underway, the idea that you could offer a meaningful business software capability as a service over the web was considered a pretty radical idea. And the mainline enterprise software providers tried to dismiss the idea of software as a service, and they would say that it was never going to be important except for the smallest companies. What has happened in the 13 years since Salesforce.com got started is that the unproductive complexity of the traditional IT model has simply become unreasonably costly, even for the largest companies. And so today, Salesforce.com's customers are pretty evenly divided between small, medium, and enterprise customers. They use the service for different reasons. The smallest company uses the service because they get enterprise-grade function without needing an enterprise-grade IT staff or an enterprise-size IT budget. The largest companies use the service because it lets them behave more like small companies. It lets them do rapid prototyping and agile experimentation in a way that they simply couldn't do before because they were so burdened by their own size and complexity. And so the cloud is different today because now everybody agrees that the cloud is relevant to companies of every size and that different classes of company come to the cloud for different reasons, but they are all coming to the cloud. I am asked very often who I consider to be the competition for Salesforce.com. And people expect me to answer with the names of established old line software companies, or maybe they expect me to answer with the names of young, scrappy software as a service startup companies. My biggest competition is neither of those. My biggest competition is, one, spreadsheets and email. People who believe that their companies can't handle the cost and complexity of real enterprise systems. And so instead of using real customer relationship management or real partner management or real Salesforce automation, they continue to try to muddle through with email and spreadsheets and word processors, and they don't have an efficient, reproducible, competitive process. And if I could get them to understand that they can have these really good systems, that would be a tremendous leap forward. So that's one type of competition that I have, is people who don't even realize that they ought to be my customer. And then the other question is who will my competition be when everybody realizes that this is the way to do things? Here's the important thing to understand. We are not talking about selling technology. We are talking about providing services. And companies that enter the cloud marketplace but use the cloud label to sell technology don't understand. Being a service provider is a different relationship with a customer. Every single person at our company knows that the first day of a customer's subscription period is the day you have to begin creating the value that makes them want to renew their subscription when the subscription period ends. This is not the old technology model. The old technology model is sell the product, walk away, let the customer figure out how to get some value out of that product, and a few years later, when you have the upgrade or the next generation product, go back and knock on their door and try to get some more of their money for the next round of stuff. The cloud model, when properly understood, is not a model of selling stuff. It's a model of building a service provider relationship, and it takes a lot of work. And I welcome the entry of old line software companies and old line hardware companies into this space, because when people see them try to compete with us, they will realize how good we are at this.